Assalamualaikum, welcome to participants. We will start in few minutes. Okay, before we begin, please grab some breakfast and let's watch the video introduction. Thank you.
COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
Announcing the arrival of our respected speakers, Sir Hisham, Dr. Hazaria, and Madam Azlin. Thank you for spending your time with us this morning, Madam and Sir. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to Dr. Haji Zahid and express our gratitude for providing us with the opportunity to hold this seminar. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all our panels and to all our participants. So for today's event, we have invited three professional and experienced speakers to give the talk. Sir Hisham for Human Resource Speaker, Dr. Hazaria for Engineering Speaker, and Madam Azlin for Airport Speaker. My name is Anis Ashura binti Muhammad Zairin and I will be your moderator for today. It is my pleasure to welcome each and every one of you here this morning. And on behalf of Semester 5 BABM, I would like to thank you for joining us today. Welcome to Grab Now or Later Seminar, Global Review of Airline Business, Current and Future Outlook. I would like to remind all the participants to screenshot this seminar in the middle of this event during speech from speakers as a proof of attendance, and please fill up the Google form link that will be provided by the Public Relation Unit in the chat box at the end of this event. Before we proceed further with the speakers, I would like to invite the advisor of this event, Prof. Dr. Haji Ahmad Zahid bin Haji Mota, to deliver his speech. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Prof. Haji Zahid.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Good morning to everyone. Good morning to all the participants and especially the organizers. The idea of having this seminar is for us to tap the mind of the experts. These are the three experts in their respective field that can provide us the input onto what to expect in the future of aviation. We have seen in the last 2 years, coming to 2 years now, the difficulty of the aviation industry facing the situation of the pandemic, where airlines are not able to travel internationally. People have stopped traveling from country to country. And in that situation, a lot of the aviation industry just come to a halt. However, I am confident based on what has happened previously. I was confident that the airline industry and the aviation industry will rebound. I do not want to spend so much time. I think let's hear the experts and let's the program begin. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Prof. Haji Zahid, for the opening speech. Next, I would like to invite the Program Director of this event, Ms. Tengku Nurhal Shafatnin, to deliver his speech.
Director Anis Ashura. Assalamualaikum and good morning to the advisor of Grab Seminar, Professor Haji Ahmad Zahid, the respective speaker, Mr. Hisham, Dr. Hazaria, and Madam Azlin, as well as to the wonderful audience who are watching this at home. It is nice to meet everyone. My name is Tengku Nurhal Shafatni binti Tengku Amansyah, and I am the program director. Please call me Hasha. I am currently in semester 5 BAVM. First of all, I need to mention that it is such an honor yet a challenging task for me to be a program director. However, this is a meaningful experience for me to be given the chance to lead this Grab seminar with the help from my committee members. For your information, Grab seminar is conducted by the student from semester 5 BAVM. We work very hard to make this seminar happen in order to complete the subject air transport management successfully. Secondly, I would like to express how delightful am I that we are able to gather in this seminar this morning. Thank you for making time to join this seminar. I hope that everyone will enjoy throughout the seminar, and at the end of the day, may we obtain new knowledge and information regarding airline business from different perspectives from the three experienced speakers that we have at here. I urge that everyone to pay attention because bits of point from them are important and valuable. Last but not least, I hope everyone is in a good condition despite the situation we are currently facing right now. Please stay safe. Thank you once again for attending this seminar and for hearing me out. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Tengku Nurhasha, for the speech. I am pretty sure that all of us are excited to listen to the talk regarding of the global LM business by the speakers. However, before proceeding with the first topic, I would like to introduce a little bit about our speaker today. I am sure most BM students know him. He has been working as human resource practitioner in various positions for 11 years since year 2000 before changing his career to an academician. Throughout those periods, he has been exposed to handling various HR functions, both operational HR as well as strategic HR roles. Without further ado, I would like to invite Mr. Hisham to share with us about the human resource perspective in the airline business. So first
Okay.
question, sorry, Mr. Hisham, can you briefly explain to us how human resources impact the current and future airline business?
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alright. Okay. Thank you, Miss Chairperson. Okay. Alright. And the rest of my respective colleague and also my mentor, Dato' Haji Zahir. Okay. Back to the question. Okay. How human resources impact the current and future airline businesses? Okay. Okay, can I share can I use my PowerPoint slide? Okay, I think better share using my PowerPoint slide. Right. Okay, can you see? This is my slide. Okay, can you see it? Can you see it? Anis, can you see?
Yes, sir.
Slide?
Perfect, sir.
All right. Okay, thanks. Okay. So let me begin. Okay, but before that, okay, since the title is the focus title is on the air transportation industry or airline businesses. Okay, so before I jump into the human resource, how human resource impact the airline businesses. Okay, maybe we should have a overview, okay, on what are the air transportation industry, okay, overall, and then we move into the human. Where is the element of human inside there? Okay, all right. Okay, this is the as you know, the air transportation industry is not a single industry. It's not only consists with solely on airlines. Okay, there are many other sectors. Okay, for example, okay, before the aircraft being manufactured, it start from the aircraft design approval. All right. Okay, once approved, then the aero manufacturing sector will manufacture it. All right. Okay, and then the aircraft will be delivered. Okay, they use airport. Okay, and the air traffic will be controlled by air traffic controller. Okay, then they deliver to the airlines. Okay, and the airlines also they have the ground handling part. Okay, and fresh cargo, and also throughout those processes, they involve aviation regulators. Lots of aviation regulators. Okay, in our case, is Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia. Okay? And apart from them, okay, there's also a maintenance element, which is MRO, and also on developmental human development element. Okay, aviation training. Okay, you see there's a big sector actually, big component of the air transportation industry. Okay, where does the human resources lies? Okay, all right. Okay, before we move into the human part, okay, let us understand, okay, what are the resources managed by airline. Okay, there are a lot of resources managed by an airline, okay, an airline company. Okay, the most important part is actually the financial, okay, financial resources. Okay, and another important part is actually the physical asset. Physical asset is mainly on airlines, the aircraft itself, right? Okay, and then as we move into the business itself, okay, the business heavily driven by technology, okay, and there's also a lot of processes, okay, including those regulated processes, okay, and now we are entering into the big data era, right? So the data now become the very important resources, okay, and last but not least, okay, human capital resources also play a bigger role, okay, and out of those these resources, okay, human capital play a central role. Human manage the financial resources. Human manage the physical resources. Human manage the technical resources. Human manage the processes. Human manage the information resources, and even human manage the other human being. Okay, inside the airline businesses. Okay, from here you see this very human become a central focus in businesses, airline businesses. All right, back to your question. Okay, that you asked me to review lah. Okay, how human resources impact the current and future airline business. Okay, when talking about the future and current businesses, what have changed? There's lots of things have changed. Okay, so over here in this very limited time, I only managed to highlight few. Okay, all right. For example, this is number one. Okay, the most important part is the HRM strategy. Okay, previously, okay, in the past, the HRM was top down. Okay, top down is start from the top, okay, and then cascade to the bottom. Okay, so HR just mainly a department, so it just follow whatever set by the top management or at the corporate level. As we move into the present, okay, most company they have concurrent development of strategy. HR and corporate strategy they develop concurrently, right? Concurrent with the corporate strategy. Okay, what happened in the future? Okay, this is what the many experts predict. Okay, in the future, okay, since airline business heavily driven by the human, highly skilled human being. Okay, so human become the main driver. So is the future HRM strategy might be bottom up. Okay, so maybe they focus the HR first. Okay, then the corporate will follow. Okay, that's what the have been expected by some of the HR experts. Okay, what are the impact? All right, the impact is in the future the human being, okay, the human aspect, human element in the airline business not only competent but highly competent. Okay, highly competent. Okay, we're talking about human component is not only the biological human, but it consists also artificial human element. Okay, and artificial intelligence. Right, so the highly analytical, high artificial intelligence become the main driver. Okay, that will enable the bottom up strategy driven. Okay, that's one part, HRM strategy. Okay, how about the employment? Okay, in the past, right, we can see all employment are permanent. All employment are permanent. Okay, and mostly most of the employee they will seek security of employment. Oh, sorry, this is security of employment, not security of employability. Security of employment, meaning that once they employed in one particular organization, they will expect to be employed until they retire. Okay, so for that they just loyal to just one employer only. That's what happened in the past. Okay, how about in the present? Okay, most employment are permanent. Okay, and temporary work, there are temporary workers, but only for clerical and routine. Most of them, mainly on clerical or routine role. Okay, all right, and they most of them still looking for security of employment. Sorry, change. This is security of employment, and but they still serving just to one employer. Okay, in the future, okay, employment will getting flexible, gig, shared, on demand, and seasonal capacity. All right, so employee will change from the security of employment to security of employability. Okay, the difference of secure employment, just now I mentioned secure employment is they only seek for the safe employment in just one stable organization. That's all. But security of employability means that the future generation, they don't care about serving how many organization, how many employer. Okay, but what they care, they want to secure their career path. Okay, as long as they can climb up to the same career path that they want, okay, they secure the employability, that's okay. Even though they need to serve multiple employer at one time. All right, so what are the impact? Okay, the impact to the airline businesses. All right, so employment and relation can be predicted. Okay, can be predicted. Okay, especially when everything is data driven. Okay, in fact, nowadays, okay, many HR, okay, they become analytic. Many company, many big company, they start to engage HR analytic technology. Okay, they can predict many things, including maybe employment and resignation. Okay, and also in the future, we're going to see the emergence of what we call contingent talent. Contingent talent, talent means that professional. Okay, so the contingent talent will begin. Okay, airline businesses will be heavily based on contingent talent. Okay, maybe we can see, okay, one pilot shared by 2 or more companies. Okay, that's what meant by contingent talent, right? They shared the resources. Okay, now we are moving to the shared economy. Okay, shared economy. All right. So to get the skill, to use the skill, to utilize a skill of talent, not necessarily a company need to own that talent. Okay, they can share with other company. That's what happened nowadays. The business like Foodpanda and so on. Okay, Grab. Okay, they do not own the like Grab. Grab. They don't own the car, but they can use the car for the business. That's shared economy. Okay, same goes to the talent. Okay, in terms of benefit, benefit in airline business. Okay, in the past, very minimal benefit coverage, focused mainly on health and retirement. Okay, they're the main focus. Okay, in present, okay, wider benefit coverage. However, okay, it become a package, okay, to cover all categories of employees or generation. Okay, but the benefit fixed package, meaning that if the younger employee receive the same benefit, okay, the older employee also receive the same benefit, right? So it's package but fixed. Okay. In the future, benefit will go a la carte. Okay, and but mainly human-based benefit. Okay, and focusing on human part lah. For example, welfare, psychology. Okay, and some company have initiated many programs. Okay, that more or less they take care of the human part, because to them, human, when the human feel happy, okay, the company will be productive. Okay, for example, employee assistance program. Okay, some company, for example, in during this COVID-19, okay, because of stress, okay, some company they initiate into employee assistance program. So what are the impact? Okay, in the future, okay, even now, now start to begin, okay, the benefit in airline business will be more flexible, more personalized, right? Okay, it's personalized, meaning that maybe they will suit different to the benefit to the different generation, to the needs of different generation. Okay, for example, the young generation, okay, you just started the business, you started your employment, okay, maybe you need to buy a car, okay, to get married, okay, maybe the benefit more towards that, okay, how to start living, okay. But for the elder generation, maybe you're thinking about retirement, okay. So more towards the health. All right. So maybe it become package, or menu, whereby you can select which one. All right. So some benefit which unproductive, okay, unproductive. For example, retirement benefit is not useful for the younger employee. Okay, that one will not be part of the younger employees benefits package. All right. So it become like a menu. They can select. All right. Okay, in the workplace. Okay, previously, okay, physically divided. Okay, heavily paper based. Okay, when you want to do meeting, you need to be face to face meeting. Okay, and very high power distance. Of course, there are boss and subordinate. Okay, you need to obey. All right, but in present, okay, you can see less cubicle. Okay, and blend electronic with paper based. Okay, face and face still practice face to face meeting. All right, but in terms of power distance start to reduce. Okay, in the future, heavily virtual office. Everything more or most of the job will be conducted virtually. Okay, and the work arrangement will be flexible. Okay, we will stay flexible. Okay, no office time. Okay, And when there is no office time, okay, maybe it heavily based on artificial intelligence, okay, information sharing, okay, and the team still maintain, okay, team based working still maintain, but they do it virtually. All right. So the impact is, okay, the future workplace trend will be more digital everything. Okay, digital everything, and the workforce must be flexible. Okay, that's therefore the company, the airline businesses, the airline company must also be flexible in terms of their rules, regulation, and so on. Okay, all right. Okay, decision. Okay, anything about the HR decision? Okay, previously just operational. Okay, as long operational, okay, the HR can make decision. But when it go to higher level, okay, the HR cannot make decision. Okay, they will pass to the higher level boss to make decision. Okay, but now, okay, even HR decision, okay, HR person also be part of the strategic management team. Okay, that's why the strategic level decision can be made. Okay, in the future, okay, it's not only strategic, but it's heavily analytical and data driven strategic decision. Okay, when you do things, you will be supported. You will show the analytical data, okay, to support the strategic decision. Okay, you can say the impact will be inform HR decision, okay, with the help of the artificial intelligence technology as the enabler. All right. Okay. So this is just a few emerging things. Okay. There are many more others emerging trend, HR trend in or HR practices in the airline businesses. Okay. So you are the future generation aviation, okay, professional. Okay. In especially in airline businesses. Okay. You need to be familiar with this. Okay. You need to open up your mind. Okay. You are the user and also the implementer of this trend. Okay. All right. I think with that, I end up my presentation. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. I pass back to uh, Miss Chairperson. Okay. Thank you. Okay, Hanis, you are on mute.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Mm, that was interesting to know and how human resource impact in this current also future airlines from Hisham. I hope that everyone will take note about this because it is important and you may refer to this in future. Okay, so thank you, Mr. Hisham, for the sharing, and I hope we all can obtain new inputs from him. Once again, I would like to remind all the participants to screenshot this seminar as a proof of attendance and fill up the Google form that will be provided by the Public Relations Unit in the chat box. So moving up to our next topic, the engineering session. As we all know, engineering has been a vital part of the airline industry for its aircraft operations and maintenance. Our next speaker is Dr. Hazaria Mohammad Noor. A little introduction for Dr. Hazaria education background. She previously studied at Northrop Grumman Aviation Institute, California, USA in Bachelor of Science in Aircraft Maintenance Engineering Technology. And she also took double master's degrees in aeronautics and aerospace at Università di Pisa, Italy for the first year, and Universidad Politecnica di Madrid, Spain for the second year, and also finished her PhD in aerospace at the same university. Dr. Hazaria, or known to many as Dr. Kurt, among UniKL MIAT students, is the Vice President for Women Corporate Aviation and Aerospace. She is also Principal Researcher for Gas Turbine Engine Research Hub, which is currently working on future renewable and alternative energy for aviation and space. Dr. Hazaria also is engaging with the Space Tech Division for Propulsion and Sustainable Engineering. Let me invite Dr. Hazaria to enlighten us more on the engineering perspective in the airline global business. So, Doctor, in your point of view, how does engineering contribute to the current and future success of global airlines?
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank you, the main organizer, and thank you for the moderator for the introduction. And I think I might not need any more further introductions. What a wonderful day to start, to end the weekend, yeah, with this such a wonderful topic prepared by the organizer. And I do believe that many audience out there would like to know more details in terms of the aviations as a whole. It's kind of like a challenge to me to be part of the team, because we have an amazing team in here in aviation management, talking about the human resource, talking about the airport, and Haji, Dato' Haji Zahir is an amazing mentor, same like Sir Hisham was telling that also the mentor to Sir Hisham. And I do believe that this topic is something that is crucial. It's some topic that need to be understand, that need to be listened from many point of view in order to understand. Yeah, in the part of the engineering, I might not be the best person to explain about it, but I'm trying my level best to explain it in the very simple thing, for so that the audience might want to understand these current situations, the point of view in terms of the engineering. Let me share a bit of the presentations about the engineering side, yeah. Because I know that when we talk about engineering, many people say that it's about something that dealing with the tools, physical tools, only about repairing and such. Yeah. Please let me know if any problem with my slide. Yeah. So today is, again, I was telling that it's kind of like a challenge to engage it with the aligned businesses related to the topic into the engineering perspective. Yeah. And then when we relate to the aviation industry, yeah, the aviation industry has always been a key contributor to the global economic prosperity. Yeah? Not only a result of the tourism industry boosting the local economies, but also the whole ecosystem of the engineering part that allows to improve the whole concept of the global trade. Yeah? And meanwhile, when we are talking about this, the aviation industry directly provides, actually, like Sir Hisham was telling, a millions job to people around the world, including the pilots, cabin crew, towards the air traffic controllers, and to the aviation and aerospace engineers. Okay, so meaning that on top of this, the aviation industry has helped to create many jobs and wider perspective nowadays. And focusing on engineering for the next slide of my presentation. Yeah. When we talk about engineering, we can say that we focusing on either it is a civil or it is the military focusing on the aviation, yeah, the sectors. So rather than we are focusing only on the passenger or cargo, when we talk about passenger, we also consider to be the general aviation or business aviation part of it. Or we're talking about the Air Force, sometimes we're talking about the Army, the aviations, Navy aviation, or even the Coast Guard aviation. So in every single field that had been mentioned, there's an element of engineering in it, okay? In the aviation sector, normally when we're focusing on this engineering, previous year, okay, for the past, engineering might be a central focal point, talking about the design, talking about the MRO kind of thing. Yeah? But when we talk about nowadays, okay, today's, and even for the future, okay, the engineering will be the core, and there's a lots of element has been embedded into this engineering field. Yeah. Okay, while the categories of civils and military are obviously distinct from each other, okay, in many ways, but there's a degree that is crossover when we talk about the engineering. Sir Hisham already mentions about detailing about the whole concept of the aviation and such. But in here, in this slide, if you can see that the value change of the aviation industry, okay, I highlighted part of it is as dedicated exactly towards the engineering. Yeah, for examples about the aircraft design, engineering and manufacturing, about the maintenance, repair and overhaul, and also towards the line or even the base maintenance. Yeah, so these are the fields that have a directly relationship between the engineering sectors. But before that, we would like to highlight and to recall back, when we talk about the engineering, okay, we need to understand that there's so many aircraft manufacturer out there, but the main three manufacturer showing in this slide is basically the biggest, is the largest company, which is the Airbus, Boeing, and Lockheed Martin. And I do understand and I do believe that when we are the aviation students out there, to all the aviation students out there, they are familiar with all these three major aircraft manufacturers. And also we have a main top 4 engine manufacturers along with the aviation industries, such as the Rolls-Royce, the GE Aviation, Safran, or even the Pratt & Whitney. So the development of the new engines to cater the new development of new aircraft need to be in parallels with the demands of the airline operator or the industry itself. We are talking about aviation, we are talking about aerospace, and also engineering. Rather somehow, when we talk about aviation, we are rather somehow related also to the aerospace companies. And in here, I specifically mentioned about the manufacturer that built the spacecraft, such as the SpaceX, Blue Origin, Virgin Galactic, and also the Orion Span. All right, because in future, okay, even though you are in the aviation schools or you are dealing with the aerospace manufacturing subject kind of things, but you are also open to the market that related to the space industries, because rather somehow all these three elements, aviation, aerospace, and space, is there's a cross among each other, and then when we talk about the engineering perspective, we need to understand that the changes from the past, current, and the future, these are the elements that need to be focusing on, such as like the society, the technology, the environment, the economy, and also the politics itself, So the drivers of these changes, it is interconnected between each other. For an example, we are talking about the technology nowadays, right? Whatever that we are developing, we need to understand that we need to cater the environments in the context of the environment. For example, that if you are the engineers that developing a new type of engine, all right, you need also to link it with the environment concern, because we know that the demand of the engine to be operated at the aircraft, there's a certain rules and regulation they need to follow. All right, if you are designing, if you are engaging with the development, but the yes, the engine is sophisticated, the engine give you a very good fuel efficiency and such, but it's not giving a good impact on the environment, then it's not meet the purpose of the drivers of the change in order to cater for the future demand. All right, and such it has so many things to brief, but in here we are focusing on the elements of the engineering towards the technology that drive towards the environment. But then again, all right, again, when we talk about the past, it's not going to be the same as what we are having now that lead us to the future. Okay, lead us to the future. In here is a tables that talking about the disruptions of the technologies that embedded inside the business model. Okay, There's so many things. But again, if we go toward the nascent, sunrise, strategic, the table stakes, mature, and yeah, in here was mentioning sunset. Okay, but if you're looking at the point that I bolted up, yeah, it is exactly related to the engineering point of view. Okay. In here, I'm not talking about a specific on the MRO and such, but it's cover up all elements of the engineering. Yeah, for an examples, yeah, in the future, okay, even now we already have the advanced 3D printings that printed out the small parts of the engines. Yeah, they are using the additive manufacturing. They are using the AI. They are using the big data analysis. Okay, and as a current, yes, of course, the composite materials keep enhancing the research and development, okay, in order to cater the towards the engineering point of view, easy for maintenance. There is structure health monitoring to be upgraded inside all those composite materials, all right? And if you're looking at the whole things, yeah, you have the maintenance drone. Maintenance drones in here is not you are doing the maintenance at the particular drones, but you are using drones to do the maintenance, yeah. And then you're gonna have the robotic, okay, snakes and beetles in doing the maintenance robotics, okay, the virtuals, the augmented AR and VR embedded inside this technology to cater the engineering side, okay. And towards the end, if you can see the outer part, okay, is go towards the electric hybrid hydrogen aircraft, towards the hypersonic, supersonic, or even towards the ultra-fan engine. Okay, the ultra-fan engine is kind of like it is an engine basically already being used back 30 to 40 years, but now they are looking it back. They are developing and they are enhancing the development of the engines using the UDF, because they know that with the proper tools, with the proper elements to be upgrading, it's gonna be a very good and efficient engine. Okay, so the engineering point of view in this part of the business models, okay, towards the technology is crucial. Okay, and it is for our generation, yeah, it is to advise you, to give you a stepping stone in order to understand the whole thing. But later on, you are the young generation that going to embark and that going to be involved in these particular technologies. Yeah. And then as the conclusion for your question just now, we need to remember that all the research and development in the aviations towards the aerospace or even the space engineering, it requires a long investment horizons, okay? But we know that definitely that is the best engineering tools to be used, okay? It might thus far profitable the business models, okay, like to be introduced by the new models, the improvement of the robotics, electrifications, the biotech, supersonic tech, hypersonic tech, and so many. Okay, so basically towards the aviation 2030, the disruptions and the implication of this new technology and the engineering point of view will be cater the new future of the aviation sectors. I think that's for now.
What do you think is the most challenging obstacle in the engineering field in aviation is likely to face in the next few years due to COVID-19 pandemic that they otherwise may not have to deal with?
Do I have to answer it straight away for these questions?
Yes, you
It's for the second. It's for the second round, wasn't it?
It's for now.
Because I think Madam Azlin also would like to talk about in the first preliminary session, first session, in order to understand the whole concept. Then I think later we go into the detailing on the obstacles and the challenges. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, it's okay, madam. That was a clear explanation from Dr. Kurt or Dr. Hazaria regarding the most challenging obstacles in our next few years. So thank you, Dr. Hazaria, for giving us lots of information on engineering perspectives. Lastly, without taking any more of your time, we proceed to our last topic of today in the aviation industry. Airports and airlines are working together to serve the customers from various aspects to ensure they have a smooth journey. Our last speaker has 15 years experience working with Malaysia Airports Berhad. During that period, she has experience with ASQ benchmarking service. In fact, in 2007, she was the Secretariat for Airport Master Plan report and also was involved in business development for the airport retail. I would like to pass the platform to Madam Azlin to deliver her talk on airport perspective in the airline sector. Madam Azlin, so what are the significance or importance for airports and airlines to have good connections and collaborate closely in the long term?
Assalamualaikum and good morning, everyone. Thank you to the team of the Global Revenue of Airline Business Current and Future Outlook. A very fantastic titles of this talk, and I'm very proud to share whatever the experiences I had, and of course to have a talk on this, right? So the questions being given is like important for airports and airlines to have connections and collaborate closely in the long term. Okay. By looking at this, of course, we can't deny airport mean important for the airline. Okay. Can you share the slide given, Anis?
Okay, madam, wait a minute.
Anis, can you share the slide, please?
Yes, madam, wait. We
Yes,
still
okay.
trying.
It's okay.
Can you see the slide, madam?
Yes. Can you hear me well?
Yes,
All
madam.
right. Thank you. Yeah, okay. So important for airports and airlines to have good connections and collaborate closely in long term. As we are aware, airport is a device to encourage movement of peoples and goods by using aircraft. So this is the G's information pertaining airport, right? So what will be the significance between this airport and airlines? Next slide, please. Airport and airline share a common goals in doing their respective business to earn revenue from the money paid by passenger. Okay, if you look at the figures here, the revenue per passenger $10.15 for aeronautical revenue and $7.12 per passenger for global non-aeronautical revenue. So this is a very crucial information which lead to the success between airport and airline. Okay, so next page, please. So what is an airline to airport? It is a service provider. Service providers is mean airport is a service provider to airline, right? Provide check-in counters, provide facilities for the passengers going through for boarding and arriving, right? And also a consumer of airport services. And also airlines is the customers to airport. So customer needs is very important, right? Okay. And also as a client, as a business entity, and also we consider them as our problem maker because some of the line they do make complaints. I think because of they need improvement, they need us to do changes, they need us to enhance a few technology, upgrading into the technology. Okay, all right, and next slide please. So this is the connection between airline and airport. First, they become our partner. So we have a deal on it, agreement on it, right? And then secondly, they become our team player. All right, next slide. Airlines are important partners to the airport, right? Without airlines, there's no functions of the airport. Airport business start when aircraft fly in and out of the airport, right? And lastly, to expand its revenue, airport must first and foremost ensure it has flight. Okay, so what happened when airport without airline services? So these two things, currently we face this kind of difficulty. So what would not have the revenue to support its development? That will be the first matter. Secondly, would not be more than an empty plaza. A huge airport with no airline, so it's like an empty plaza. Okay, so by looking at this, possible. By looking at this, we knew already what happened in our development, what will happen in terms of our development. And I think the current situations for the airline business, of course, is 100% affect the businesses for airport itself. Okay, Anis, I think there's information from me for the first questions.
Yes, so it was indeed very informative. Thank you, Madam Azlin, for making us able to view different perspectives from the airport. So we will continue for our second session. We restart back from Hisham. Hisham, I have a question for
Okay,
you.
all right.
Sir Hisham, are you still there?
Okay, yes. Sorry, I got my headphone disconnected just now. Okay.
It's okay, Sir Hisham. Okay, so our next question is, in the next few years, what do you think will be the focusing aspect in HR in hiring new employees because of COVID-19 pandemic that aviation companies may not have looked for before?
Okay, thank you, Anish, for that question. All right. Okay, pandemic too many. The COVID-19 pandemic too many is just a crisis. Okay, crisis because we see that many airlines shut down. Okay, they retrench the employee. Many employees, okay, lost their job and catastrophe. Okay, on the other hand, they are blessed. Okay, they are blessed behind the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, one of the thing that I can observe that, okay, the acceptance of users, okay, employers as well as the employees, okay, on the use of some technology. Okay, if we see, okay, if we notice that previously before pandemic, a lot of technology, okay, a lot of employer and employee, they quite resistant, okay, towards the use of technology. Okay, we can just take example like this webinar, even online classes in our case, online classes, online meeting. Okay, even Unicare, in our case, Unicare invested, I think, quite a large amount of money, okay, to invest on the facility, okay, virtual meeting and so on, okay, lots of facility, okay, invest, okay, but still, okay, people quite hesitant, okay, to use the facility. But when pandemic struck, okay, so people got no choice to use, but to force themselves to learn and to use the technology. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, with regard to your question, okay, what will be the focus aspect of HR in hiring new employees? Okay, in the next few years, because of the COVID-19 that aviation company may not have looked for previously. Am I right? That's your question, eh? All right. Okay. Okay. There are a few things which I need to highlight. Okay. What would be the future hiring trend? Okay, that maybe current company, aviation company, maybe they're not aware, then, or maybe they cannot see before. Okay. First, okay, just now I read to my presentation just now. Okay, just now I mentioned that, okay, in the future, the workplace will become heavily digital, virtual. Okay, heavily digital, virtual. The problem is digital, virtual workplace is the problem of control or monitoring the performance. All right. So in the future, okay, one of the anticipated things that the company or the employer will do, okay, when they hire new employee is, number one, they will seek, they will look, or they will search for value driven personnel. Okay, value driven personnel, because of it's virtual. Okay, they want a personnel that have a very high integrity, okay, committed, okay, even though without control, no control, but still committed, okay, that they deliver the result even with minimal supervision. Okay, but what most importantly is the integrity part. Okay, so value, those are value. All right. Secondly, okay, we will see a more socialized employment. Okay, so blend between work and life. All right. If we see previously, before pandemic, okay, there are many companies, many employers, they even have policy to ban, okay, or to block, or to limit the use of social media, okay, by the employee. Facebook access, okay, sometimes to the extent they will block in the server, okay, the access for Facebook during working hours. Okay, but now what happened now? Okay, they got no choice. Okay, sooner or later, employer must learn how to use, how to see the social media as their advantage. Okay, they need to capitalize the social media. Okay, the social media towards the employment advantage. Okay, maybe in the future, okay, when they want to hire, okay, they will use artificial technology, okay, to scan or to predict the character of the respondent through the Facebook posting or Twitter posting and so on. All those posting in social media. Okay. So using the technology, technology enable them to do that. Okay, whether it is ethical or unethical, okay, that's one another issue lah. Another issue. But maybe whatever you post in social media, okay, they will predict it, okay, and they will see, oh, this is the kind of character that you have, okay, and indirectly you'll affect their decision to hire or not hire you, okay. And the thirdly, okay, there is another emerging trend, okay, whereby employer, especially the airlines, okay, they start to see the employee or the job candidate as their customer as well, right? So the job candidate also at the same time they also the passenger to that airline, okay. So meaning that even when the job candidate, okay, when they attend job interview, okay, they bring together their perspective as the passenger or customer to the airline, okay. So the employer or the airline must be careful, okay. When they reject, they must reject objectively, okay. When they reject a particular candidate or you're not fit for this job, they must reject objectively, okay, supported with any reasonable justification, okay, why they not fit, okay. It's very important, eh. There is one incident, one accident, one I can say accident lah. It happened to one airline. I can't remember the name of airline, okay. It happened that one job candidate is also give to the dead airline about 30,000 passenger. They bring to they have the, they become the customer. Okay, they bring to the airline 30 passenger, meaning that 30 ticket. Okay, 30,000 ticket. Alright. So that's the impact. So the job candidate can also can be perceived as the customer. Okay. So I think just give 3. So that's the other things. There are many other things. Okay. All right. Anis. Back to you, Anis.
Thank you, Mr. Hisham, for the sharing.
Yeah.
Next, we will go to Dr. Hazaria back. Dr. Hazaria, are you still there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, Dr. Hazaria, what do you think is the most challenging obstacle the engineering field in aviation is likely to face in the next few years because of pandemic that they otherwise may not have to do with?
Okay, Anis, thank you for the questions. Yeah, I received like more than 4 messages telling me that my slide is not moving. It's slide number 3 just now, and you know, like I'm too excited to talk to you guys, even though it's virtual. So, but sometimes it's like I might not be able to see the slide is moving or not. Please let me know. I just tell me if something is somewhere is not working on. As you know, right? When we struck by the pandemic, and Anis, yeah, what we can say that the technology, and we need to embrace the technology. The students need to embrace with the online classes, with the online assignments, quizzes, and final and such. Yeah, and to be the mom for 2, yeah, all the kids is having the classes and sharing the internet. It's not a very good connectivity in here, so please bear with me. And I think Anis, if you can see that the pandemic is not just strike to the certain levels, but it's strike to all of us. And I think Anis as a student and the rest of the students that are watching also during this pandemic, everything is changing. You cannot escape from this. You can embrace it. You can adapt and adopt the digitalizations of the technology. Yeah? Okay, back to the questions. You were telling me about the challenging obstacles that engineering has to face. Yeah. When we talk about this, we need to understand that. Okay, let me share the slide in here. All right. When the pandemic struck us last year, it's such something that I will not forget for the entire of my life, because dealing with this pandemic is some situations that I never faced it before. And my mom was telling that when she was small, she faced very short periods of same kind of like a situation when perang masa zaman-zaman Jepun dulu ya. And even the friends at Italy, they were talking to me and messaging me because during that time, the earlier days, the pandemic strike very heavily at Italy, yeah, and people is just dying on the streets, but there's no blood. Yeah, compared with the war last time, they was telling me that the grandparents, the great grandparents was telling that during the war, they there's a body on the streets, but there's blood everywhere. Okay, to show that the seriousness of this COVID-19, the seriousness about this pandemic is until that extent. Yeah. So in terms of the aviations and focusing on the engineering point of view, yeah, we can see that lots of report has been established either from the authority, the local authority at Malaysia themselves, CAAM, yeah, Civil Aviation Authority Malaysia. Even we go at a certain authority, YASA, FAA, okay, CAUK, and even to the levels of the IATA, of even to the ICAO, yeah, they are providing lots of reports indicating the elements, the impact of the COVID-19 toward the industries, yeah, towards the aviation industries. Okay, mostly we can see that the impact is heavily towards the civil aviation, because we are dealing with the passenger that traveling from one destination to another destination. Yeah, when this thing happen, yeah, meaning that when the border is closed, everything is kind of like stop. Okay, stall. Okay, if it's in the gas turbine engine, you are learning about the engine stall, compressor stall or surge. So this is something is very similar where there is no movement at all. Okay, when there is movement at the engine, when the engine is stalled, okay, there will be a series of event, unfortunate event that we don't want to occur, especially when we are flying. Okay, so in these industries towards the engineering, whatever happened also is giving a hugely impacted, where we can see that this pandemic is giving a dominoes effect to the entire sectors of the aviation. When Cik Hisham was telling about the human resources, when Madam Azlin was talking about airport, all right, so every sector is impacted about this pandemic. So the dominoes effect that creating to this aviation, starting from if it's the world is 3rd of March, but in Malaysia it was 18 March. I will always remember the first day we've been locked down, all right. Dealing with the authority, dealing with the students that far away from the parents, is creating something that you will not forget it for the entire of your life. Okay, so you need to be realistic in understanding this pandemic towards the audience out there as aviation students. Yeah. So again, when the border is closed, the world traffic passenger is also unprecedented decline. Yeah, you can see that towards 1945, how the inclinations of the passenger, yeah, whether it is domestic or whether it is international. Okay, we can see a tremendously increasing, but then towards the 2019, the end of 2019 is dropped. Hugely drop, yeah. So this declining minus 60%, yeah, in the world totals of the passenger in 2020. To refresh, to recall back, and to what we call that, to see the whole things that impacted the aviations, okay, previous outbreaks, okay. We have SARS in 2003, okay, and then we have an avian flu in 2005, okay. So how this impacted the aviation, we can see that yes, okay, But when we talk about the COVID-19, it's already surpassed all these 2003 SARS outbreak. Yeah. So if it's in the SARS, okay, the 6-month recovery path, okay, might not be applied in our pandemic situation. Okay, based on the research has been conducted by the Aviation Authority and regulatory body. Okay, it is forecasted that we can only safe to fly at the 2024. Yeah. And currently, Malaysian government is doing their best in order to make sure that every Malaysian citizens got the vaccination. So by having that, we are trying to reduce the impact of the COVID-19, so that in future we are be able to travel again. So when we are be able to travel again, meaning that in here all the sectors that encircle the aviation industries will start to increasing back. Yeah. So when we talk about the engineering, in my previous explanation, I was talking about the aircraft manufacturers, the engine manufacturers, for example. Okay, so this pandemic, when we say that the aircraft is grounded, okay, the aircraft is not moving, long-term parking and such, it's rather somehow having a final implication towards the aircraft manufacturers and also suppliers, because there is no parts, for example, that a normal scheduled flight, right, or even unscheduled, yeah, you need to remove some part of component and such. But if your aircraft is static, okay, you don't do the maintenance as it's supposed to be. All right. So all the suppliers, the manufacturers will be in the domino effect. Okay, the financial implications, okay, the employments during the pandemic, like what Sir Hisham was telling, yeah. And then also the employee protections, okay, need to be addressing in terms of the new norm. So all those kind of things, okay. And towards the end, the research and development of the technology has rapid changes, because why? If the IR 4.0 supposed to arrive might be next year, for example, it's already there during the last year. We have to adapt it, and then we have to use it rather somehow. If it's not using, then it's not going to work. You're going to be in the stall moment, okay. And then when we talk about the MRO, yeah, when we talk about the MRO, for example, the aircraft immobilizations, yeah, it is showing that the data in the report showing that more than 20,000 aircraft being grounded at that particular situation during the early those days. Okay, when the aircraft is parked, okay, and aircraft is not moving, the engine is not running, the engine not being lubricated, the hydraulic system is not on and such. Okay, so all those kind of things actually is impacted the performance of the engine in the future. Because why? When it has a long-term parking, you need to make sure the engine preservation is there. All right. We need to cater in order to protect from the humidity. The avionics and the flight controls need to be monitored. The wheels need to be checked regularly in a normal condition. But if the aircraft is not moving, then what is happen? So the reduction in the MRO activities, yeah. Okay, and then also when this thing happen, is basically the MRO's landscape is also impacted. Okay, the aviation company networks, the SME, all right. So that's how and where you see there's lots of company is trying to downsize their company. Okay, because of this impacted the dominoes effect on this aviation industry. Yeah. Okay, normally what the MRO did in this particular situation will be that some of the remarkable aviation player was saying that for MROs, it is about adaptability and flexibility in order to sustain business in the short term and set up for the long-term success. So in this case, the business model for the MRO need to be revised, need to be enhanced in order to cater all these during this pandemic. All right. MRO need to wait for the demand for the travels to be strong and rise again, so that the market for the MRO will positively be in the future. But again, when we talk about the MROs, it's not just limited to the civils, which is considering on the passenger of aircraft. Remember that audience out there, we also have cargo. Yeah, when the aircraft cargo is moving in and outbound from the country, there is an activities. Okay, even the some of the locals cargo operator is increasing their size of operation, so enhance increasing the activities in the MROs. Okay, so meaning that in here, back to relate to what Mr. Hisham was saying, yeah. So meaning that the human capitals before and in future after the COVID-19, post COVID-19 is dramatically shift. Yeah, it will shift in the organizational skills, the capabilities, in the way how we work. Okay. If before we need to go to some destination to doing a business and have a business meeting so that the client will be confident to us, and now we have no options in just meeting online. Okay, so the rise of the advanced analytics, okay, and the increasing of the digitalizations of the core airline functions will have a significant effect on the airlines managing the engineering talent in the future. That's where all the students out there need to be fit in. Yeah. So in future, the new frontier, okay, you need to understand that the new frontier, okay, we are sharing the economic models, the 3D printing, like I was mentioning, okay. So we need to understand the sustainable future, okay. The new technology of drones, the blockchain technology, okay, the real-time monitoring of the physicals and the human performance, okay, physicals and human performance, not limited, but also including the engineering point of view. As I was mentioning, the trend analysis of the engines, okay, the AI, the those technology, yeah. And also the platform, okay, the digital infrastructure and the network effects on the platform, okay, in terms of the robotics and also the AI will definitely alter the nature of work, okay. So meaning that in future, we are going to work side by side with the new technology, future technology, the robotics, the health robotic, and then the policing in terms of these are very ubiquitous, yeah. But again, okay, we at UniKirmiat is preparing the student for the future aviation industries, okay, especially during the post COVID-19. Okay, changes is here. Okay, changes already started. Okay, whether you like it or not, we have to change. So we need to cater, we need to do anything or something that we need to improve. Okay, we need to improve. Okay, this is not just applied to the institutions, but also to the customer, the students itself. Okay, we need to review the training, of course. Okay, previous before COVID-19, current facing the COVID-19, and for the future, we need to review the training. We need to improve. Okay, so again, adapt and adopt the new technology. We need to embrace the new technology. We need to focus on the new technology, because the audience, the students, if you're the students out there, right, the aviation student, whether you are in the aviation management, whether you are in the technicals, okay, you need to adapt with the new technology. You need to enhance your knowledge in terms of the new technology. You don't want to be left behind. Okay, but lastly, okay, from me, when we talk about the cause of COVID-19's obstacles remain obstacles, challenges remain as challenges if you are not taking any actions. Okay, but then when we talk about today, tomorrow and beyond, okay, there'll always be a beacon light for the aviations. If the aircraft doesn't have the beacon light, okay, they cannot being transparent to other party, to other aircraft, or to the visibility of the air traffic controller. But again, okay, mutual cooperations in these pandemic situations need to be there. Okay, the customer, the airlines, the operator, we as a passenger, okay, need to play in our roles in order to have the cooperation in fighting for this pandemic. If the airlines, okay, will travel in future with the new norms, the hygiene, the sanitization of the aircraft, of the individual, the customer itself need to be there. Okay, but if we are not playing in our roles, okay, it will not be success. And the second one will be the quick technology. Okay, the quick technology adoptions. You need to be sharp, you need to be focused in order to adapt with this quick technology. If you are not focusing, if you are not willingly to adapt this technology, you will be left behind. Okay, and then lastly, the point is to the again, the recovery begins with the customer. Okay, if the airlines, if the operator, if the industries of the aviation is ready to roll back, okay, but if the passenger, if the customer is not yet ready, or they still has an hesitance in traveling from one destination to another destinations, it will not be a recovery for the aviation, and especially towards engineering. I think that will answering the second sections of the questions, and I hope that the audience out there will evaluate, okay, will take an important remarks on this kind of things, so that we can together fighting for this pandemic. Thank you.
Okay, I agree with you, Doctor, that this COVID-19 really gives huge impact to the engineering, HR, and also airport. And we should start to adapt with the new technology, as you said. Thank you, Dr. Kurt, for giving us detailed information. We are so sorry for the technical issues before. Okay, lastly, we proceed with Madam Azlin. Okay, Madam Azlin, for your
Hi.
next question, what do you think? What do you think are the possible obstacles in the airport development projects in aviation likely to face due to COVID-19 pandemic?
Thank you very much, Anis. Thank you. A very impressive explanation by Dr. Kurt. Okay, so we are focusing back to the airport scenario. So the question was given about the airport development, the obstacles during the pandemic. I did a few research on this, and I found out some of the areas was very some of the development at the airport being affected because of this pandemic, but some area they has to do a very quick changes on in terms of the technology. Okay, let us look at the scenario of this development of airport in terms of the free zone. Okay, and due to the pandemic, the airport already built a few house, and because of the e-commerce drastically increase, so the airport itself has no choice. They have to build as quickly as possible, so in order to cater the demand for the e-commerce, right? So as we are aware, the cargo movement significantly increase, not slightly, but significantly increase, because the people now tend to buy things through online. So because of that, the airport development has changed their business development forecast. So they're able to build a few bonded warehouse, few area for cargo and temporary in order to cater all these requirement. And also a few upgrading work have been made, right? Inside the terminals. If you had the chance to go to the airport now at KLIA, they already done a few areas upgrading for toilets. So a few weeks back, I saw these the upgrading work for the toilet at the main terminals, and I've been told that now they are doing also upgrading for the prayer rooms and also others facilities for passengers. But the thing is that they are now cramped because of the revenue, because no passengers, so there's no revenue coming in. So they have to have a very good negotiation with the contractor. So the process will be able to complete according to their planning. The good things during the pandemic, there's not many passengers, so they can easily close a few sections at the terminal for renovations. That's the good thing of the pandemic, but it's not a good thing for our businesses, right? But they're able to do a few upgrading in order for a passenger to have a very so-called convenient services and also facilities at airport. Okay. Anis, can you share the slide given earlier? Anis, can you share? Yeah, thank you. Next page, Anis. So as we are aware, airport development is involved the planning, designing, and constructions of terminal, runway, and other ancillary facility for airport to operate. Developing an airport require huge amount of capitals and anticipations of future growth of airlines and passenger. Okay. Coming back to this current pandemic, a few areas at the terminals at the airside have been transformed from this open space for vehicles, but they already make rearrangement, so then they open it for aircraft parking. This is in order to make sure that the aircraft parking was been parked according to our ICAO requirement, and also it's also because of the client's airline, right? And the arrangement been made and they able to cater quite huge numbers of aircraft grounded, and Alhamdulillah, if at KLIA we have enough space for parking purposes for the aircraft, right? Unlike other countries, they are facing very serious issues in terms of the parking. So the airport development enables to transform a few area for parking, right? And next slide, please, Anis. Okay, so when you are asking me about the obstacle, of course, no fun. Okay, no fun is mean we can't charge passenger in terms of PSC, passenger service charges, right? We don't have the airport unable to gain revenues through the aeronautical or non-aeronautical revenue. Okay, of course the non-aeronautical now totally almost zero revenue because the airport now allowed the retailer to open the shops. So that will be the big chunk for the aeronautical revenue, right? So I heard there's a news by the Dubai International Airport, some of the area for non-aeronautical being transformed to other things because they are unable to get the revenue, non-aeronautical revenue during this pandemic. Okay. And secondly, cost of development increase. Right. As we are aware, during this pandemic, we have a very highly strict standard of SOP by our Ministry of Health, where the numbers of workers reduce, the numbers of operations hours also reduce. Therefore, the cost of development is increased. Okay, last time, like say they did the upgrading work for the toilet, they maybe can do it within 2 weeks. They can work 24 hours a day. Okay, but now due to the pandemic, they are only allowed to work 12 hours per day, and the numbers of workers also have to be reduced in order to avoid spread of the disease. So therefore, the cost of development is also increased. And the third one is lockdown. So for, like say, for the constructions, upgrading construction, so lockdown, so there's unable to do anything, and they are not allowed the constructions works to be done during the lockdown. Okay. The fourth one is longer process of development. This is, we are looking at the air side, right, where the numbers of the upgrading work we hold at this moment because there's so many aircraft at the air side, so it's very high risk for them to do the upgrading work at the apron, right? And of course, the last one is the shortage of materials or product. This is because of this the supplier unable to deliver the materials, or the supplier unable to produce the products within the time given, right? This is not only local product, also from the overseas because of these transportations, right? So the constructions or the material enables to deliver between the given time because of the shortage of these materials and product. Okay, so I think that is the element that we can look during this pandemic for the airport development. But my personal view pertaining pandemic, we are looking that the process of the airport operation will be require a very big changes in terms of the procedures, in terms of the approach at the terminals, and also it will prolong the process of embark and disembark. So I think that much more crucial when we are doing the post pandemic process later on, inshallah. So I hope that you guys will be able to adopt with this scenario in terms of the new post-pandemic airport operations process. Okay. All right, Anis, I think that's all from me.
Okay, it was indeed very informative, Madam, regarding the airport obstacles during this pandemic. Thank you again, Madam, for the sharing. Okay, so wow, time really flies. It's 10:47 now. When we have listened to all the speakers talking about the global review of airline business, current and future outlook for 3 different perspectives. Thank you again to all speakers for the knowledge. I hope everyone can gain something new today. So we will have a short break and get ready for the next Q&A session. Please stay tuned.
They say
I'm
the
sorry,
sky's the
before
limit.
that- Okay, sorry. Before that, we would like to open for any questions for the participants or audience. You may leave your questions in the chat box and to whom it is addressed. Okay, so we will have a short break. Thank you.
They say the sky's the limit. But what if your future could take you above the clouds? Having a career in the aviation industry will take you to a whole new level. These are the few sectors that you can join if you'd like to pursue a career in the aviation industry. So let's have a look at all these jobs.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Frizarul Azim bin Hanan. I am a continuing airworthiness manager and now I'm working in Plus Helicopter Services. Basically, we are the one who are responsible to make sure that all the aircraft records, all the aircraft airworthiness records is in place.
These are the important departments under Continuing Airworthiness Manager. KMO organization and MRO organization usually goes together. So along with the industrial revolution in this sector, nowadays they are using a drone system where you will do an overall inspection that will help improve the job. To put it in simpler words, KMO organization is responsible for determining whether the aircraft is in a condition for a safe flight.
And that's 1 minute.
Now let's have a look at the second sector, maintenance, repair and overhaul.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Fazrul Anif. Work as a technician dekat Galaxy Aerospace.
Nama Muhammad Hafiz Yusof. Saya sebagai technician di Galaxy Aerospace.
Avionic technician is responsible for all the electronics aboard an aircraft as well as the wiring that connects to the electrical system in an aircraft. Meanwhile, airframe and power plant technicians are also called aircraft mechanics. They're in charge of inspections, repair, and maintain all parts of an aircraft.
And that's 1 minute.
1 minute.
Now let's have a look at air traffic controller jobs.
Nama saya Ilzam Azri bin Abu Bakar. So saya adalah penolong pegawai kawalan trafik udara.
An air traffic controller usually issue landing and takeoff instructions to pilots. They also monitor and direct the movement of an aircraft on the ground and in the air by using radar, computers, or visual references. These are the few systems that are being used daily by air traffic controllers.
Saya Laskar kelas 1 TMK Memang Zai bin Azami sebagai technician udara di Skuadron 502.
Assalamualaikum, saya Lieutenant Dia Lukman bin Firman. Sekarang ni saya dipejabatkan di Markas Udara sebagai pegawai teknikal untuk Skuadron 502.
Navy aviation technicians and engineers get to work on highly advanced rotary wings or aircraft in ensuring all aspects of their complex machinery are running smoothly to ensure they are in perfect conditions, as they must get ready at all times.
That's 1 minute.
So dream big and achieve higher.
And that's 5 minutes.
Good afternoon. My name is Ms. Olga. I'm from University Kuala Lumpur International Recruitment Office. Me and my team helping the students like you straight after high school to join University Kuala Lumpur and find the correct pathway to your degree. University Kuala Lumpur is the largest government-linked university in Malaysia. We're a leader in higher technical and vocational education and training. We're offering programs starting from IT and multimedia, medicine and pharmacy, aircraft engineering, marine engineering, chemical engineering, automotive engineering, quality engineering and logistics, aviation management, and many, many more. We have a concept of the university, one institute, one specialization. Therefore, you can find our campuses located next to the strategic industrial hubs throughout Malaysia. For example, our aircraft engineering campus is located next to international airports in Subang and Sepang, and our marine engineering campus is located on the shores of Malacca Strait. There is many reasons why you should consider University Kuala Lumpur, and I believe our students will share their best reasons with you.
Hi, my name is Soda. I'm from Maldives. I'm studying Bachelor's of Aviation Management in UniKL, MIAT. This is one of our hangars where our technical students take part in their training program. I chose UniKL because of our rankings. We are a Tier 4 university in Malaysia as well as ranking in 301st place in QS Asia University. We also collaborate with professional bodies such as ACCA, Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, International Maritime Organization, Cisco and European Aviation Safety Agency, and many others. There are 6 reasons why UniKL is special to me. One of them is that we have 12 campuses which provide more than 140 different programs. Each of the UniKL programs has embedded industry-recognized certificates as well. We get expert guidance from renowned academicians and industrialists from various different fields as well. Since every program requires at least 3 to 6 months industry training, once my course is complete, I will already be ready for the market. I also get the opportunity to study abroad because UniKL offers exchange programs and transfer degree programs to over 100 universities and industry partners worldwide. It is an amazing opportunity to be a part of UniKL, and it is a great place to study. So please come and join me at UniKL.
Hi, my name is Rida Kawan and I'm studying Bachelor's in Aviation Management in UniKL. One of the reasons I have chosen UniKL and UniKL MIAT is especially because it's one of its kind in Malaysia. UniKL MIAT is responsible in imparting ab initio training to the students in the field of aircraft maintenance engineering. UniKL is qualified to offer European Aviation Safety Agency EASA Part 66 Aircraft Maintenance Engineering License Training Program in collaboration with German Strategic Alliance Company. UniKL MIAT is approved EASA 66147 Foreign Training Organization.
Hi, I'm Husam Babar from Pakistan. Welcome to UniKL. UniKL has over 22,000 students from 65 different countries. We have students from the Middle East, North Africa, and South Asia. Our UniKL Exchange Mobility Program allows you to meet people from Central Asia and Europe as well. bringing our total to over 1,000 international students from UniKL campuses nationwide.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amir Zatul Eliyin binti Malik and I'm from Bachelor of Aircraft Engineering Technology Mechanical. And the reason why I choose UniKL MIAT is because UniKL MIAT is recognized by both government of nations and also Malaysian's qualification agency, that is MQA. And then our credentials is good be checked on MQA website.
Hi, my name is Sam and I'm from Sofia. I'm currently studying in UniKL. And the reason I joined UniKL because it's easy to apply. And UniKL offers 2 major intakes per year, which is September and January intakes. However, a student who wants to join MIAT can join in July and January intakes. Students are advised to complete the application 2 months in prior before their intake. The application can be done through the UniKL website or UniKL student recruitment agents in your country.
Hi, my name is Sumaya and I'm from Bangladesh. I'm studying here in UniKL and my course is Aviation Management. The reason I chose UniKL because UniKL offers affordable tuition fees. For example, bachelor program tuition fees are in between 19,500 to 21,100 Malaysian ringgit per year. And for diploma program, it's 16,900 Malaysian ringgit per year. Other than that, UniKL offers both on-campus and off-campus accommodation for international students. The range starts from 600 to 1,300 Malaysian ringgit per semester. Other personal expenses depends on the student lifestyle preference, and it may vary from 1,000 to 2,000 Malaysian ringgit per month.
Hi, my name is Abdul Jalil. I'm from Somalia. I study UniKL Aviation Management. Currently, UniKL offering 50% of scholarship for foundation. How to get the scholarship? You need to have O-level certificate with grade C of Math, Science and English and other 2 subjects. So join in UniKL.
The reason why I choose UniKL MIAT is because they provide us lots of facilities such as training rooms, cafeterias with halal foods, libraries and gym.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Tardani Shafiq bin Ajra. Currently, I'm taking Bachelor in Aircraft Engineering Technology in Mechanical. One of the reasons I chose UniKL MIAT is because I know UniKL has dedicated career centers. Students have an opportunity to communicate with the dedicated career counselor and join career fairs in this campus. There is also a dedicated talent insight portal where students can browse through thousands of internship and job opportunities for UniKL students and alumni.
Hi, I'm Gordon. I'm from South Sudan. I'm the current student of University Kuala Lumpur under Aviation Management. The reason as why I chose UniKL is that it has got a wide connection with various relevant companies and industries in Malaysia and overseas. Our UniKL students undergo a 6 months compulsory internship at the end of their academic programs. And 86% of UniKL students get employed within 6 months of their graduation. Wow, isn't that interesting?
Hi, my name is Obin Zubir Chukwu. I am from Nigeria. I am studying in University of Kuala Lumpur. What I want to share with you now is that UniKL has an easy entry requirement. If you want to apply for bachelor, you need to have a level or equivalent with minimum grade C in maths and science subjects. If you want to apply diploma, you need to have O-level with grade C in maths, science and 3 other subjects. All international students must present IELTS or TOEFL. However, students with A or O-level and from English-speaking country are exempted. This is why I encourage you to join me in UniKL.
Hi, my name is Dr. Hazaria Muhammad Noor. I'm the Deputy Dean of the Student Development and Campus Lifestyle of University Kuala Lumpur Malaysian Institute of Aviation Technology. Currently, UniKL MIAT is holding the largest international students community, including the Maldivian students. So here, I'm standing right in front of you to call all of you guys, come and join us at University Kuala Lumpur.
Hi, we are back. So there are about 30 participants now joining the seminar. So let's go to the Q&A session. We have the first question from Ahmad Didat asking Madam Azlin. Okay, so Madam Azlin, you did mention airlines contributes to airport problem because they could cause complaints. What is the current airlines concern toward airport services?
Hi, can you hear me? All right. Okay, about that questions from Mr. Didat. Okay, thank you, Didat. Long time no see, Mr. Didat. From formerly Didat, Mr. I can remember Didat was from Cybernetic. Right. Okay. The question is just now. Airline contribute to airport problem because they could issue complaint. What is the current airline concern toward airport services? Okay. Current, as we are aware that the Ministry of Health imposed so many new SOP pertaining the pandemic, and they have to make sure that especially the passengers arrive at our main gate for air transport, which is KLIA. They are free from the disease of COVID, and they are required to do a few procedure before they can leave the airport. So, of course, airline complained about the because of the process of screening, health screening by Ministry of Health. So, even is by Ministry of Health, but airport are responsible to make sure the process according to the SOP given. So we have to explain to the airlines. So the possibility of these disruptions at the airport, and of course the airline help a lot airport operations when these of course they will start making a complaint or showing disappointed about the service given, but that is the SOP, and they had no choice to do such process, and sometimes it can be more than 2 hours, right? So that's actually the normal complaint received by the airport during this pandemic, right? And if you remember last time, suddenly government imposed a new rules for passenger from Sabah, where all the passengers are required to do a swab test at the airport. So a very long queue, one flight, let's say for example, one flight from Kota Kinabalu 737-800 is around 180 passengers. So that all of them are required to do the process of a swab. So and the SOP 1 meter apart, and the process of sanitize and so on and so forth. That's actually the major complaint given by the passengers or and also airline, and also the process of boarding also affected. And but the explanations and the collaboration with the airlines actually help them to make sure the process of boarding on time or disembark on time, and also they also are able to help passenger to able to fly safe, right? Okay, that's I think answer the first questions given to me. Anis?
Okay, so thank you, madam. Next, we go to the second question from appleship.my asking Sir Hisham. We saw that employees are able to work from home during lockdown. Mr. Hisham, do you see that the working schedule will change? For example, 3 days working at the office and 2 days working from home. Do you agree?
Okay, thank you for the question. Okay, all right. Okay, the answer for this question actually go back to the company itself. Okay, company as well as the leader to the company. Okay, in my opinion, there might be some company which continue adopting a flexi working hours. Okay, maybe for example, three days working at office and then 2 days working at home. Okay, maybe. Okay, but it depend on the nature of the job itself and also depend on the culture of the work. Okay, that practice in the company. Okay, for example, if the job is the staff need to maintain an aircraft, for example, physically maintain. So whether the staff like it or not, they need to be physically appear in the workplace. Okay, but for the management side, okay, most of the staff is possible to do online, to do virtually, to do from home. Right? Okay, that's number one. Okay, and in terms of work culture, okay, some company which has already practiced flexible work arrangement before. For example, like GE, okay, General Electric, okay, they have been practicing flexible, okay, and virtual blend of flexible virtual office, okay, even before pandemic, long time ago, okay. So for this kind of company, they will not having problem to continue practicing it, okay, because they know, okay, how to maneuver to it, okay. And a second factor is depend on the enabler. Enabler means that refer to the technology, okay. If the company adopting flexi work arrangement, okay, meaning that they have less control over the monitoring of the employee performance. Okay, so the only way to overcome this gap is by adopting a proper technology. Okay, for example, maybe they staff every day they can update their progress, their work done. Okay, the particular day using technology and so on. Okay, that's online reporting. Okay, or maybe online attendance like UniKL did currently. Okay, those technology. Okay, some company, especially the small company, they can afford to invest in that company. Okay, even some middle-sized company. Okay, this one is based on my own research. Okay, I do research. Okay, involving small and medium aviation company. Okay, I noticed that majority of them, okay, majority of six company in total, okay, 5 out of 6 they refuse the technology, industry 4.0 technology, especially. Okay, whereas the other company, okay, it says that okay, we agree that IR 4.0 technology very important, but they refuse to implement it. Okay, yet they still refuse to implement those technology, especially the IR 4.0. Why? Because to them, okay, when they want to invest in technology, means that very expensive. Okay. However, okay, it's become common that the technology can easily become obsolete. Okay, so to them they cannot see the return on investment for such technology. Okay, that's why they agree, but they decided they will not invest in the technology. Okay, so it depends. Okay, the third factor is depend on the leader itself. Okay, even though we see okay the working work is okay, employee okay, but then if the company leader disagree with it, okay, maybe the company is traditionally minded leader. Okay, the company's leader is traditionally minded leader. Okay, they will definitely refuse to it. Okay, so this kind of flexi work arrangement only possible if the leader is transformational leader. Okay, then very easy to adopt it. Okay, and lastly, it also depend on the employee. Okay, the leader may agree. Okay, we may have the technology, but at the end of the day, if the employee cannot follow the rules, cannot adapt or commit to these changes, requirement of these changes, okay, at the end of the day, still will create more problems. It will still create more problems. Okay, so whether I agree or not, okay, actually, personally, I can see that if the company really foresee the advantage, okay, really foresee the advantage of adopting the flexi work arrangement, okay, I believe those aviation company will continue adopting it. But if the company, okay, maybe they are facing very hardship, difficulty in to survive, okay, during MCO period, okay, working from home, that's most likely that the company will not adopt this flexible work arrangement practice. Okay, that's my answer. Right? Okay, Anis.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hisham. Next, we go to the next question from One Siri to Dr. Kurt. Dr. Kurt, do you remember a specific experience of somewhere you or maybe your organization had done something that impact Malaysia aviation industry? Can you share with us?
Okay, thank you, Wansidi, for the questions. And basically, if I looking at that kind of questions, I was wondering whether it is something that related to the pandemic that impacted the Malaysian industry or something else. Okay, but when I read these questions from my own understanding, all right, did not mention at all about the pandemic, but let me try to answer it. Yeah. Okay, if you're referring to the question, they was asking about specific experience where I get involved or the organization get involved that impact the Malaysian aviation industry. Okay, if looking at this question, my answer will be back in 2009, I was working with the EADS CASA or Airbus Military. I was in Madrid, Spain. Yeah, I was working with the service bulletin department, technical documentation for the A400M. And during that time, everybody knows that I'm from Malaysia, and they know that we bought six A400M. And during that time, we had a problem with the design phase, yeah, whereby towards the end, there will be some design implication towards the real A400M. So it's something that is delay the process of handover the aircraft to the customer. So during that time, I don't know. It's not like a huge impact or anything, but I was giving them the informations about detailing on the Malaysia sides, the politicals, the informations on only Malaysia know. Yeah, only the Malaysian knows about locality information. I'm not sure whether I'm answering the questions or not, but I think from the questions, my understanding is that. All right, thank you. Back to you, Anis.
Okay, thank you, Madam Kurt, for the briefly explanation. Next, we go to the next question from Iqbal Shukri to Sir Hisham. He was wondering about political side of aviation business. How can government assist industry players in Malaysia in this pandemic? You don't think that there are many initiatives taken by the government?
Okay, all right. It's political side. I think the best person to answer is Prof. Haji Ahmad Zahira. But never mind. Okay, I'll try to answer it. Okay. Okay. Actually, I'm quite disagree with this statement. Okay, stating that the government of Malaysia showing less initiative to revive back the industry. Actually, there are. Okay, actually there are. If you really read the newspaper, okay, there are lots of initiative being done by the government. All right, but the only thing, okay, the only concern is this is the emergency, okay, darurat period, okay, emergency period, which declare it's not it's political social emergency, okay, health emergency, okay, it's not war emergency, okay. But during this kind of emergency, the power goes back to the Majlis Keselamatan Negara, okay, not on the respective ministry, right? So the subject to the approval by the MKN, okay. And other than that, okay, government is the reason why government is aiming for more than 80% or community herd, okay, through vaccination, okay, because the government want to open up the air traveling, okay. They are planning to revive, they're preparing to revive for the first domestic traveling first, okay. That's why they're pushing all the citizens, including also the foreign workers as well, okay. They're pushing for vaccination, okay, so that they get the community herd community herd defense. All right. So once they open the traveling, domestic traveling, okay, once domestic traveling is open, then after that they will try to open the international traveling. Okay. Now government is trying to arrange for the traveling bubble. Okay, traveling bubble means that, okay, the traveler in Malaysia, okay, they can travel to overseas. Okay, but this one will based on the government to government. It's a controlled traveling, yeah. So meaning that, okay, the government in Malaysia, okay, they will arrange a tourism package, okay, let's say to Indonesia, okay. So they deal with government Indonesia, okay, and this traveler will go, okay, once they got vaccinated, okay, they will receive the digital certificate. Okay, the digital certificate. This digital certificate will enable the traveler to travel to other country. Okay, but the limitation is subject to the agreement by the receiving country. Okay, for example, Indonesia. If Indonesia agreed to receive or to accept that the vaccination digital certificate, then okay, they can consider for the travel bubble. Okay, travel bubble. Okay. So what happened during this travel bubble? Okay, the tourists from Malaysia will go to Indonesia. Okay, under a special package, they can only go to the any places, stay in dedicated hotel. Okay, as determined by the government of Indonesia. Okay, they cannot, meaning that once they arrive in Indonesia, they cannot go everywhere, anywhere as they wanted to. Okay, they will strictly follow. That's why they call it bubble. Okay, bubble. They cannot go outside the bubble. All right. So that's one initiative. Okay. So another initiative you will see recently. Okay, government is trying to focus on the development of Subang Airport. Okay, Subang Airport. All right. But still I think under the proposal. Okay. How they want to plan for the Subang Airport. Okay, those two initiatives show that, okay, the government actually they're still concerned. Okay, but this is question of life and livelihood. Okay, life and livelihood. Okay, life comes first. Okay, without life you cannot live. Okay, without life you cannot live. You cannot go travel. Okay, you cannot using air travel. Okay, life comes first. Okay, because this is a deadly pandemic. All right. Okay, I hope that's more or less satisfied the question. Thank you, Anis.
Thank you, Sir Hisham, for the explanation. Okay, we go to questions from Sumaya Alam. Sumaya to Madam Azlin. Okay, so Madam, both business and leisure traveling has faced massive setback during this pandemic. In your opinion, which aspect of travel will recover quicker, leisure or business?
Thank you, Anis. Thank you. Okay, I can say a very very hard also to answer these questions. But looking at our scenario now, I can say that people around the world are very eager to travel, and the restrictions of travels very impact dramatically to the tourism businesses. Okay, but if we think about the in terms of safety, of course, at this point of time, we will not going to travel unless for business purposes. Okay, if you look at the numbers of passenger movement currently, I can say most of them 100% travels because of the business requirement, right? And so now that 15% travels, 100% now travels due to their business, right? So we didn't see any and like Malaysia, there's no travels approval given for leisure. But once the border open, we are not going to surprise to see so many people will start traveling for leisure. But they will definitely will look at the area that they will find it safe for travels, right? So I can say significantly 75% passenger travels leisures after the border open. But this also can help the industry of tourism. Okay, if you read a lot of articles or news about these tourism, for example, Thailand's or Indonesia's, where their major business revenues is on the tourism. A lot of the big hotels being closed due to this pandemic. So the recovery process will takes quite some time also for them because it's the restrictions for pandemics are quite long. I mean, now is more than 1 year already. So the recovery, of course, they need some cash for operation issues and maintenance as well. Okay, but when I look at these airline, I think they are ready. They are ready. It means once the border been open, they are ready to bring all the passengers travels for leisure, right? I think Anis, that will answer the questions by Sumaya.
Okay, thank you, Madam Azlin. I hope Sumaya aware about this. Then we go to next question from Sufi Hakimi to Dr. Hazaria. So, Dr. Kurt, what are projections of global wide-body aircraft MRO industry considering capacity, production, and production value? What will be the estimation of cost and profit?
Okay, thank you, Sufi Hakimi, for the questions. It was like, wow. It was an amazing questions. Those questions needs a lot of data, needs a lot of legit, what can say that the support to answer that questions. Yeah? But in this short time, what I can do is to share with you a very good report from one of the business impact company. Yeah. They are talking about the impact of the business and also international travels. Yeah, so when we are talking about this, basically they are talking about the wide body aircraft production, the having the significant decline, yeah, because of the COVID. So the projection on the 2020 up to 2031 will be much more lower to be expected. Yeah, the due to the COVID. Yeah, so to get the figure straight and right, yeah, it is something that is very crucial, and then it is not good by the assumptions. But if you can see that through this page, yeah, hold on, give me one sec. Okay. All right. I hope that we can see the screen in here. Okay. Yes, I can see. All right. So based on this website by the Oliver and Wyman, there is a report detailing on the related to the questions capacity, the productions or the production value. But in here, they are more towards the MRO. Okay. And then there was talking about the you can see here. The 2020 to 2031, how the numbers of aircraft depending on the compound annual growth rate. Yeah, we can see that the narrow body, okay, is hugely numbers there, and then followed by the wide body, and then the regional jets, and also turboprop. Yeah. So if you can see in here, the inclining of the numbers of the aircraft from 2019, can we see a very slightly increasing up to 2031, yeah? And then when we talk about the MRO market forecastings, accordingly to the compound annual growth, we can see that the wide body has some significance increasing together with the narrow body annual growth rate. Yeah. And then when we talk about this one also, you can see a lot of opportunity of growth, okay? And there can see a specific numbers of value, yeah? In terms of the MRO engine, the component itself, the airframe, and also the line maintenance, yeah? So in here, we can see that the significance amount of billions dollars being contributed more into the engine side, whereby you can see that in this report also there's the MRO demands. MRO demands as accordingly to the manufacturer, the aircraft manufacturer itself, Boeing, Airbus, Embraer, and also some others. And we can see that Airbus giving a huge growth percentage of numbers, 67% compared with the Boeing, which is 30%. So in order to answer detailing on the question just now, I might not answer all, but you can have a look on this page, and you can download the report in terms of the global fleets and MRO market forecasting for the 2021 and 2031. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so wow, what an impressive questions. Thank you, Sophie, and thank you, Dr. Kurt, for the informative and detailed answers. Next, we go to questions from Nurul Iza to Madam Azlin. As per highlighted in the news in May 2021, the government of Malaysia wants to sell Sultan Abdul Aziz Shah Airport to a billionaire. Madam Azlin, what is your opinion of the government action?
Okay, a very interesting questions, and okay, this is my opinion. Okay, I hope it's not going to be not going to be a very controversial, but this is from a point of view of me. Okay, Sultan SZB Sultan Abdul Aziz or Subang Airport is the one of the oldest airport, and it's operated as an international airport before, and then after that KLIA opened. So the initial currently the initials operations mainly for the private jet and also for short haul domestic flight. And if you ask me about these the highlight issues of selling Subang, I may say this is a very good opportunity in terms of these generate revenue and of course earning cash at this critical time. Okay, we are talking about the current currencies Malaysia ringgit, which is not so stable, and the operation issues of the Subang Airport, where Malaysia Airport have to cater the operating costs, a very high operating cost, and now actually Subang Airport being the alternative airport beside KLIA for domestic airport. So if the Subang Airport sells to a billionaire, of course they had their own business forecast in terms of upgrading works and also in terms of their business forecast passengers movement, right? So it's a good thing for me. It's a good thing because once they sells the airport, the new owner definitely will have their detailed business forecast upgrading of the airport because they have capitals to invest, and also it significantly will affect the growth of the MRO surrounding Subang Airport, including us at the Subang campus, right? So maybe some of people don't like it because they say it's a government properties and also, but for me, we still can use Subang Airport for our travel purposes, and it's also will significantly affect our businesses for MRO, and also our campus at Subang. Okay, so and the other thing now, for your info, even though now Subang is being operated by Malaysia Airports Sdn Bhd, the commercials lot at the Subang Airport actually already operated by third party. So it means if they are taking over, the new owner taking over, it means they are taking over the whole entire building plus the retailing commercials activities inside the Subang Airport. So that's my opinion, Anis.
Okay, thank you for your opinion, Madam.
Yeah.
This is
I hope this answers Izzati questions just now.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so we go next question from Nuramirul Hijaz to Dr. Kurt. Is the helicopter MRO right now least affected by the pandemic?
Okay, thank you, Muhammad Ramirul, for the questions. Helicopter MRO, yeah. So I think if you're asking this kind of questions, you might miss Subang campus so much, yeah. Because okay, as you can see, right, for those who are missing the Subang campus, there's a hangar, right. So if you can see, no, it doesn't show in the picture. But now, at this current moment, yeah, our hangar is full with the helicopter, yeah, doing the servicing and also the maintenance and also landing and takeoff every day, yeah, at our compound, okay, at our Subang campus. So basically, in here, even though we are talking about COVID impacting the aviation industries, in the contrary, yeah, when we talk about the helicopter, okay, many other company has make a big cuts, okay, they're postponing their projects or they're even abandon some of their projects, okay, but to some of the helicopter organizations or MRO, right, okay, they don't have any significant drastic drop in their operational. Yeah. So when we talk about the helicopter usage, we need to understand that there's a few elements, sectors that the helicopter industries contributed to, yeah, such as like there is an individuals, there is governments, okay, mostly governments, yeah, and then some for leisure, for example, okay. But then when we talk about this helicopter MRO, we are talking about most of the helicopter being used for the governmental operators, yeah. For example, like for bomber, for police wing, okay, even some corporates also are having their own helicopter maintenance that need to be carried out. Okay, so when we talk about the governmental helicopter operators, yeah, it is a very, I can say there's no significant drop, but it is highly growth momentum. Okay, because during this COVID-19, we are talking about the priority of the flying doctors. Okay, if we go to Sabah and Sarawak, the demands of the flying doctors is increasing. Okay, whereby the demands of the healthy, okay, even though we're not talking about COVID, okay, it's there. Okay, it's never dropped, and the possibility of they are doing the MRO, okay, the overhauls in the compounds also is there is no significant drop. Okay, so wherever they are, the operators is doing, the possibility of the helicopter is doing the overhauls at the specific particular locations is become very attractive. Okay, they can monitor, they can participate in any maintenance overhauling activities during this COVID-19. Yeah, even though in MIAT we have enforcing the detailing on the SOP, but they are business as usual. Okay, they are doing business as usual. So I hope that that's answer the question from Amirul just now. Yeah, the helicopter MRO least affected by the pandemic. Yes, it's true. Thank you.
Okay, so we go to the next questions from Shafiq Shazrin to Sir Hisham. So aviation industry is estimated to recover in 2024. What will be the most demanded sector, and what are the skills and values that fresh grads need to equip themselves as for the preparation?
Okay, what will be the most demanded sector? Okay, this is based on personal observation. Okay, during pandemic, it's true that we can see that passenger airline is dropping, right? But okay, the cargo side is increasing. Okay, this mainly because during pandemic, lots of people now they order many things through online, so that caused the e-commerce increase, sudden booming of e-commerce. Okay, so relying from that, now many companies they start to activate the e-commerce. Okay, even AirAsia, AirAsia, all right, AirAsia they have a they transform the they have the card, right, the big card, all right, the big card, okay, into a super apps. They transform the AirAsia into super apps. Super apps mean that they include the e-commerce as well. Okay, if you notice, okay, because I keep receiving the newsletter, okay, through email from AirAsia, because I was the frequent flyer using AirAsia. Okay, I keep receiving. Okay, you just imagine, even last year during the Aidil Adha, even AirAsia offering for the korban. Okay, korban. All right. So now, Tony Fernandez is they revisit, they use the MCO period to revisit their strategic planning. Okay, one of the big thing that Tony Fernandez is doing was they transform the AirAsia apps into the super apps. Okay, super apps. So most of them, I noticed that they engage heavily into e-commerce. Okay, so from that perspective, I in the opinion that the cargo will be a big demand in the future. Okay, and similarly, of course, the passenger after pandemic ends. Okay, of course, many people like Dr. Azaria mentioned just now, people will or Madam Azlin mentioned just now, people will do the leisure traveling. Okay, because they have been keeping this intention for throughout the MCO period. Okay, including some of my friend, okay, my relative. Okay, they mentioned that okay, after this COVID-19, I will surely travel. Okay, so because of that, passenger air passenger sector is also booming. Okay, and from the perspective of HR, okay, what will HR do after this MCO ends? Okay, the first thing, that I foresee that all aviation company will rehire the staff. Okay, because the business, aviation business is go back to the normal pace. Okay, in fact increasing. They need more manpower, more employee. Okay, they will rehire. Okay, or maybe they rehire the new employee lah. Okay, that's become your opportunity. Okay, those are graduating student, become your opportunity for you to get employment. Okay, from the aviation industry. So I think these are the two sectors. Cargo and passenger become the booming sector in the aviation industry. All right. Okay, go back to Anis.
Okay, thank you, Sir Hisham. We go to the next question from Muhammad Zarfan Zorani to Sir Hisham again. What is country preparedness to be on tracks after pandemic, especially to aerospace and aviation industry?
Okay, what is country preparedness? So, are you referring to the level of preparedness of the country? Okay, okay. What is the country preparedness to be on track after pandemic? Okay, I think all country, this pandemic is having more than 1 year, Okay, so all country when they do the damage control, damage control, in our case MCO and so on, close down all industry. Okay, they will not do it without exit plan. Okay, most country they have exit plan. Okay, in our case, in Malaysia case, last week, the Prime Minister has already declared what are the exit plan. Okay, they provide what are the indicator. Okay, once we receive that indicator, then we'll change. The center will change from full MCO to maybe the conditional MCO. Okay, and that's another indicator. Once we achieve the indicator, meaning that the government will open up the economy at all. Okay, no more restriction, no more roadblock and so on. Okay, so it's solely based on the indicator. Okay, basing into that, okay, realizing that those indicators, I believe that company, the country, the Malaysian government is already prepared for that. Okay, but it depends on the actual things lah. The actual happening of the situation after pandemic. Alright. So we can just anticipate. Okay, the government can just anticipate. Okay. In fact, once the industry is open, all industry open, all ministries has already planned. Okay, what they need to do. Okay, what they need to do. In fact, the company also have planned what they need to do even after pandemic or after the MCO ends. All right. Okay. That's my short answer. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Sir Hisham, for the answers. I hope Zarfan will clear about your answer. Next, I think we have reached to the end of this event. Sadly enough, we have now come to the end of the event, Grab Now or Later seminar. A global review of airline business, current and future outlook. It is our hope that this seminar gives the participants the understanding of different perspectives of global airline business in human resource, engineering, and airport. Please be reminded that all participants are required to screenshot this seminar as a proof of attendance and fill up the Google form for GHOX merits, and that will be provided by the Public Relation Unit in the chat box. For the next session, may I ask of our speakers to maintain in your position because we are going to take pictures. Are media and technical ready for the photo session? Is it okay, media? Okay, then thank you. Great, now we have a collection of memorable pictures and moments. Before we end, I, Anis Ashura, representing the High Committee Grab seminar, would like to apologize for any inconvenience that we may have caused. And thank you everyone for attending this seminar. We would also like to express our immense gratitude to Prof. Haji Zahid, our advisor, and to the speakers, Sir Hisham, Dr. Hazaria, and Madam Azlin for the informative talk and time. We hope everyone will have a nice day ahead and stay safe wherever you are. That is the end of this seminar. Thank you again and Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.